This is a sort of a line and wash. What I've done, I've penciled in some fishermen's cottages. It's based on a Karnak painting from George Laporte. He's a great painter. I think he's dead now. He was very old when I saw his work. But he painted mostly in oils, and through the kitchen sink of his paintings are mounds of sand and all sorts of stuff in them. They were wonderful creations, I reckon. But for this demonstration, I've inked in the black roofs and some detail in the foreground. A bit of a little boat here, which I'll put some reflection underneath. And I've also used some masking fluid to white out to mask out the whites, the brilliant whites of these buildings. The shadow side will be on the near side, so they'll be slightly different colour to the pure white of these, and some trees. But once I start building up the colour, the black waterproof ink that I've used will look a lot less insistent than it does now. A great exponent of this technique was Roland Hilda. Hold on, let the helicopter go. They're looking for me. Some great stormy skies at the moment after all the blue we had. So this would be a bit of a stormy sky, a bit of a brooding. If you paint a dark sky over the sea, and the sea is fairly calm in this one, paint this. If you've got, I'll show you if I can when I wet the paper. But if you paint this dark, threatening, going, disappearing after a storm, going over the horizon, paint the sea light. If this was light, paint the sea dark to get a contrast. You don't have to. I mean, if there's a storm at sea over this bit, then you merge the whole lot. So I'm going to paint the whole sky wet. And by the way, Larry, if you watch this, thank you for the tip of using a bit of soap on your brush to stop the masking fluid from sticking to the bristles. Great trick. It might not be quite dry. So I'm using a very limited palette here. I'm going to use a bit of burnt sienna in the sky. And the lighter bit's going to be at the top. But I can carry that in there. Bit of grey sky there, water reflected. Right, now I'm going to use some Payne's grey mixed with ultramarine for this. Get some darker notes in there. Right, we'll see how that goes. I'll lift out that bit at the bottom there. Now, the sea will reflect the sky somewhat. So I'll put that in there. And I'm going to lift that out there. That's gone a bit too far into the wash. I'll just reflip the board. Clip the paper as it's grown. Right, okay. Just take the excess moisture off the bottom here. And I'll just lift out some of that colour there. Right, that'll do. And just put in some just across here. Right, okay. We'll let that dry for a minute. Next, I think I'll give it a bit of fog. I'll put in, across here, I'll put in some distant land, just a bit of darker colour there, same colour as the sky, but just a bit darker. Right, that gives a bit of separation, and I'll let that dry. Now I can go in with my trees, which will be, I'm going to keep them fairly dark, Payne's grey and sienna, raw sienna. Down to the bit of rocky land there, and then we'll a bit more over there. A bit more in there. Leave some holes in there. Right. Now that's drying quite nicely though, I can put in some warmer colour in here. Now I'm putting the colour in. It lowers the tone of the land. Now, so this is just like a sandbank coming across here. Green on there as well. It's like the beach coming into the, well, it's a shallow water coming onto the beach. Warm it up a bit. Right. Now I might be able to scrape some rocks out of that. Okay, give that a dry. Take the masking fluid off. Right, so with a bit of a warm colour, in this case, good blue and burnt sienna. Alright, don't want too much more than that. I can put a bit more dark in under here for shadow, which I will do. Same colours. I don't want to do much more than that. I want a dry brush over here, so just a bit of darker bluey stuff. Show some ripples. Right, I won't do much more than that. Probably put a little tiny. Actually, that sky looks. It's very limpid. Not hugely strong, but I want to put in the reflection for the boat. In here, it doesn't show. I'll use some masking. I'll use some gouache. It might be a little bit better if I went over it with just that greeny sort of reflection colour. Right, I will use some gouache. Just let it dry. Just to show that white. Try and make sure the reflection is dead underneath. Just Oh, that just about shows, isn't it? And there's a slightly darker bit of this showing. Just drag that down there a little bit, soften it. Right. Let that dry there. I'll just put in some rigger strokes. In this here. That raw sienna mixed with the Payne's Grey does make a nice muted green, doesn't it? Right, I quite like that. I've not done it before. I can't take full credit for the originality of the idea, but I have been there. Been to Karnak 3 times and with our trader, or one trader or other, around Quiberon and Lorient. Lovely, fabulous place. Another artist paradise. I'll just put it in now to see what we've done. There we are. Line and wash, Fisherman's Cottages, line and wash Karnak. I'll zoom you in and then you can have a look, see what I've done. Put the windows in and those reflections, they come out quite well. Right, nothing to, let's just take you out of that. I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. Any comments or any advice or any advice for me, get on the YouTube site and leave a message. Bye for now.